Hey family, it's Michael Baisden. Finally made it back to Orlando. Ran into my man G Money out here at the Cigar Box. We're having a great time. Check out his podcast, Word on the Street, Word on the Street. Make sure you get that right. 7 o'clock every night Eastern time. Check him out. And I'm interested in what this brother's talking about. So I'm going to come on the podcast when I get back from Vegas. We're going to see what he's talking about.
It's Word on the Street, however you want to do it. Yeah, that's however you want to do it.
Hey, it's your boy Biz All the Biz, man. Shout out to Word on the Street podcast. I'm telling you, we're going up the throne with, man. Biggest nigga. Yeah.
Saucy, baby. Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Doing it big, boy.
Got to know that.
You know what I'm saying? Let me fuck with it. Get it a little bit. Hold the camera. Y'all see it, boy? My dog, boss man, D-Lo. This the new cheese. I'm talking about
Trash.
Shark shit. I'm talking about, man, this the hottest thing in the city. It's your boy G-Money, my man, boss man, doing his thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Show, man. You know the biggest, man. We going up. We're going to stay in motion. We're going to keep that motion. Say that motion. Yeah, every motion. Show. Yeah, show that.
Y'all watching Word on the Street.
Word on the street. The word on the street.
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 Word on the Street TV, alright?
That's right, Word on the Streets, we're back. That's right, each and every Wednesday. It goes down 7 o'clock p.m. each and every Wednesday. That's right. You can find us on WODS, Word on the Streets on YouTube. You can find us on WODS, Facebook, also Instagram. Any type of social media there is. That's right. Word on the Streets Live. We're back each and every Wednesday. It's going down. Make sure you log in. Word on the Streets Live.
I can't look at you like that, but you know, peace out to the streets. You already know it's the word on the streets, baby. Let's get popping.
Hey, what it is? Your homie Young Jock, man, right here, big kick on my homie.
Gorilla Zoe. I thought you were going to say G Money.
No,
G
no,
Money. I don't know.
You ready?
That's what that buzz was.
Hey, what it is? Your homie Young Jock, man.
Your boy Gorilla Zoe, man. What's happening?
And right now, you tuned in to Word on the Streets, man. If you're watching us right now, we want to say appreciate it. Hey, G Money, keep getting that paper, man.
Yo, what it do, man, on this Friday, man. How y'all doing out there, man? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. That's right, man. It's Friday. We in the building. 2 shots out to myself, G Money. In the building. 2 shots out to Gregory Turner. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. You know, the battle continues, man. The battle continues. Hot show for you tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got a VIP guest in the building. Gonna be in the building. That's right. VIP guest in the building. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta stick around, man. You gotta stick around. That's mainly what you got to do. You must stick around to see how we gonna, pop our collar tonight. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We make things happen. Word on the street. Since we've started this journey here, man. It has been it's been a hell of a battle, man. It's been a hell of a battle, man. And, that's why we kind of named this The Battle Continues. The Battle Continues. So they're on the road, you know what I'm saying, to District 5 Commissioner, you know what I'm saying, going down November the 4th. You know what I'm saying? You can vote November the 4th if you're in District 5, and we could try to put the right commissioner in the seat to do the job. Now, in the process of running this, man, this has been the most, anticipated, the most exciting, drummed out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it has been a journey, man, because, the seat is a fighting for a valuable seat, which is District 5, which is our corridor district, that the arena, the soccer stadium, so Kill Center, District 5. That's right. So it's a big deal. No matter how you look at it, it's a big deal. And we want to get the right person, in the seat. So now anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna try to do this interview with Lawanna Gelzer. So y'all give it up for our special guest, Lawanna Gelzer. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then, basically what we're going to try to do, you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to do this. We don't know how, we're going to see how it pan out. We're going to try to do it. We're going to, eliminate the comments about the other candidates. We're going to eliminate the comments about, her breath stink, this here, all this. You know what I'm saying? We're going to eliminate that. Let's get down to the meat and the potatoes. District 5. Let's talk about that. What needs to be improved? So what needs to be done? So with us doing that, you know what I'm saying? I like for y'all to try to take the time out to try to, eliminate your feelings and eliminate your personal comments. And try to give me something that's going, what's going to be helpful for things that we need to solve with District 5. So if they can put it down, then so some of y'all should put some of the, the personal comments, and we're going to lay them down for a few minutes and let's see what we can do to improve District 5, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, we waiting patiently for Lawanna, you know what I'm saying? For Lawanna to, to get on and get backstage and we're gonna try to chop this up. We're gonna try to do this. But in the process, my disclaimer, you know what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for anything that anyone else says on the podcast. Any other person that comes in as a VIP guest, as a, that comes on, those are comments of that person, not a word on the street, not of Gregory Turner. To make sure, just a little disclaimer, you know what I'm saying? So, we won't go through this. Shout out to my boy Ellis, you know what I'm saying? Ellis, boy, you know what I'm saying? I know you're in the building, man. But we got a hot one tonight for you, Ellis. You need to stay tuned, man. You need to stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Get your cigar. Sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Be still sometimes, Ellis. Be still. You know what I'm saying? I got one. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, you know what I'm saying, my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, he can't keep his, he can't hold water, boy, you know what I'm saying. They try to tell me, they said, gee, hey man, don't tell nobody where the plug at, you know what I'm saying. And it seemed like this guy just going around telling everybody where the plug at. I mean, and I'm supposed to be the bad guy. I'm supposed to be the bad guy, but you know what I'm saying? He the one came to me and said, don't tell the people where the plug at. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got it. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Come to find out, he telling everybody where the plug at. I mean, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? What kind of person that is? They tell you, don't tell nobody where the plug at. Then come to find out, they telling everybody where the plug at. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to laugh a little bit about that one. You know what I'm saying? That's how people live these days, man. But anyway, like I said, man, we ain't going to hold this a long time. We're going to get right into it, man, because this one going to be great. We're going to lay the disclaimers. We're going to talk about what we, you know what I'm saying, what the meat and the potatoes is. we're going to try to keep this as very professional, and let's concentrate on District 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's concentrate on what needs to be, blown out for District 5. Please, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, I'm going to take a 30-second break, and y'all get ready, man. Tell your friend. Y'all start hitting the button right now, man. Tell your friend. Let them know, man. We got a special VIP guest getting ready to come on, and we're gonna jump right into it, man. I want y'all to, y'all to help me out with this. Help me out with it. 30 seconds. Don't go nowhere.
Shining sun. Thank you for the sunshine. Okay. Shining sun. Thank you for the love you brought my way. Shining one so true. I love you.
Okay, I won't hold her backstage long, man. I'ma bring to you, you know what I'm saying? The battle continues. Commissioner, soon to be, Lawanna Gelzer. Okay.
Well, thank you. Good evening.
So listen. How you doing, Lawanna?
Doing fairly well, blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, like I said, I talked to him a little bit earlier, and basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna get into this. Stephanie was supposed to come on and help me, but I'm great myself, so you know what I'm saying. If she comes, she comes. But if not, we're gonna go ahead and do it. Basically, if any of the other candidates are watching, you have the same opportunity. But like I said, what we're doing here, we're gonna try to eliminate the smoke about the other candidates. We're gonna try to eliminate that. We're not gonna try to get into talking about that. We want to try to talk about what's gonna be, what's gonna be did to improve District 5. So that's what this whole thing is about. You're trying to win District 5. So therefore, we want to eliminate the comments. And then with that being said, as my audience out there, my people out there that's watching, y'all eliminate some of y'all personal stuff, and let's get into something serious. Let's find out what's going to be some of the questions that you want to ask that's serious. Let's not come in with no questions about, hey, what you think about Shan Rose, what you think about Regina Hill. Let's base it upon District 5. Please, can we do that? You know what I'm saying? I would like to make conduct this as professional as I can. So now, with that being said, Lawanna, you cool with that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know anything else. I've said it before. I welcome dialogue with anybody, but when it comes to being positive, that dialogue is not, like I said before, I don't throw a rock and hide my hand. If I have something to say to anybody, I have a conversation with them, or I say it in the presence of others. So it's not something negative or anything. That's just who I am. So I'm not going to speak harsh about anybody. We're talking about the facts, what I bring to the table, and why I need to be the next city commissioner. That's why I'm on the show this evening, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, and I'm so grateful that you're saying that, because it's important that people understand we need to focus on the needs of the residents, the voters of District 5.
Okay, yes. Okay, and my first question is, you know what I'm saying, like if you know what I'm saying, you're elected as commissioner, first 100 days, give me a brief, you know what I'm saying, a brief description of what Lawanna would plan to do, because my people want to know within the, you know what I'm saying, because we talking about November we might not get no stamps. So we talk, you know what I'm saying, we need to know what's gonna happen quickly. You know what I'm saying, within the first 100 days, because the election is November the 4th. So therefore you take over right before Thanksgiving. So
absolutely, I do
100
not.
days.
I don't get to get sworn into office until January 12th.
Mm-hmm.
That's the day. However, I'm glad you brought up about the shutdown of the federal government because it's affecting us here locally. So
Yes.
I've already reached out to organizations down south that usually bring in food and supplies when we have hurricane disasters. So we're bringing in semi trucks, and I'm partnering with other organizations to make sure we can distribute any types of food. I'm going to participate wherever I can, helping people wherever I can, because people are truly in need right now. I can't wait to January 12th. That's what I've already started working on that. I've met with several organizations, several of my friends, and we've already put things in motion. So I'm going to be honest and say, you don't always have to see Lawanna in the front. You don't always have to see her leading, but she don't mind serving. So that is something I'm doing already. And so we're moving forward on that because what is going on for our federal workers, some having to go to work and not get paid, this is hard. The holidays are upon us. People have obligations to make. So any way I can make a difference, partner with anybody, I'm all for it. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay. So now with that being said, as far as some of the homeless.
Do you want me to answer my 100-day? Because I didn't answer the 100-day. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, go ahead. You got the flow.
Okay, let's just be honest. No one knows everything, but I know what I've seen over the years. I've mentioned it, and I'll say it over again. I met two wonderful people while I was campaigning today, and they had only been in Orlando for 5 years. They're both seniors, and they're explaining they live in Creative Village and how their rent is $2,000 a month, and that the husband at the age of 70 had to go back to work to make ends meet. So the first 100 days is looking at what has been in place, has it been working, doing a true tour, and finding out. So an assessment, a needs assessment. You can't fix a problem if you don't know what all the problems are and what the money is, and seeing what the timeline is. So the first thing I would like to do, my first 100 days, is evaluate our infrastructure. Where are we when it comes to our infrastructure? And when is it time for our communities in District 5 to get their sidewalks repaired, their road repaired? Those things we need to know. Now, we are going to be waiting another year, 2 years for things to get done. So doing a true needs assessment is the first thing I would do when it comes to infrastructure. Looking at our transportation, I really want to focus on smart growth. So smart transportation. Can we get a couple of electrical buses, link buses riding through District 5? I mean, I got air quality issues, so we have the capacity to do it. Can we get a couple of school buses to be electrical? Can we do something to work what's already going on in other districts? But the ultimate thing I want to do is, I know that there's the Milk District in District 3. There's the Soto District in District 4. I will take a lot of people. I think we need to do a tour of all the other districts. And I believe that the Main Street District or Church Street only up to Paramount is not what we need. We need to look at what is our downtown or what is our major thoroughfare through our district. And that's Orange Blossom Trail. So I think that should be a district like Soto District, where we work with our businesses, because when people come to the Camping World Stadium, when they come to the soccer game, they are coming on Orange Blossom Trail. That is what they are greeted with. And I would love for it to be something that we're so proud of, and that we help those businesses there with facade grants. So that maybe we can look at how we can extend the CRA dollars to cover that project, or to partner with other people to see what we can do. So it's not something new, but I would love to see it in District 5.
Right.
And
Okay.
ultimately evaluating all the money that has been spent on affordable, but what I consider attainable housing, to see if they're in line with the contracts that have already been put in place, to see if there is an increase of evictions, to see if there's an increase in what we could say increase in rent increase, to see where we're at and how we can help those who are suffering right now. But I know what when people contact me, but I don't see all the contracts. I need to be able to review them and have a task force. See, Lawanna ain't afraid to put people on a committee to help evaluate because they can see things I might not be able to see. And so let's dig down deep because you can't move forward unless you know where you're coming from.
There you
so
go.
You can say what you want to do, but Lawanna Gelzer is a businesswoman and a person who cares about her community. I can't make change unless we know where we're going. I know what we like to see, but how do we get there efficiently and safely and monetarily that we're not spending a whole lot of money? I don't believe in just study and study and study. I want some action too. Now, we need some action for District 5. We truly do.
Speaking of action, my man Ellis says, he says the roads need to be painted in District 5. Okay, and my brother Anthony, he wants to know, does you know the existing problems? Good question, Anthony. He wants to know, do you know the existing problem?
Existing problems is infrastructure. Because I can only speak on what I have seen, and because we have mixed use zoning in a lot of our communities, that means you can have a warehouse near an apartment or residential community. And because of that, because of mixed use zoning in our communities, we are subject to semi trucks driving in our residential community, which I'm not a truck driver, but my brother is, and I have a lot of family members that are. That's extra weight on roads. So you have to repair them. So yes, I am truly talking about infrastructure and looking at the roads who are in need right now, not just potholes, but actually taking care of the underground plumbing and the infrastructure, the sewer. I have an idea, but I don't know every place in District 5. But I can speak on Lawanna Gelzer when she moved to Hill Street, which was Hills Alley in 71. It was a dirt road. We currently do not have sidewalks. It took them 40 years to repave our road. So I can speak on what is happening to me, and it's happened to other people. But when you look at the timeline and make sure that we moved up because we've been going without for so long, then we can actually use the resources and allocate and do something for our community. So people can see real tangible movement, see results. But you have to evaluate it. I can only see what I'm looking at, but I would definitely work with the other neighborhood associations, other community leaders, and have town hall meetings. So I don't remember the young man's name. Please come out because your information definitely is needed.
Yes.
We have to understand. We can sit on the sideline and talk about it, but the thing that I'm about is I'm not sidelined. I need people to step up and come and let's get this work done because it's going to take us all to bring our district to the level that we need to be seeing. I'm seeing millions of dollars spent in other districts. Have anybody been out to Lake Nona? Has anybody been to District 1? Oh my God, it's a city within a city.
Yes.
So when I was doing an interview, I was in over on Virginia Drive, and I'm seeing bicycles because they had beautiful walk area. It was a walkable community. We need that in our community. So It's not that it's not achievable. It's just that we need to have that in our district, and we need to make sure we're doing it together. Because it's no more, I need you to do it. It's us. Because see, this is what I want everybody to understand. As your next commissioner, it's about public policies, programming. I'm a public servant. I behoove it to you, the residents, the voters. It's you that I serve. It's you that I put first. It's not me thinking I know everything for you. This is not Father Knows Best. It's the District 5 residents knows best. And
Yeah.
then it's my job to partner with the other commissioners, find their money, get with philanthropy groups, get with other organizations, look at federal grants, and make it happen together. That's the job of the commissioner. I have a vision, but the vision always must include you. That's leadership. That's understanding, learning, and listening. It's not all my ideas, it's us together. I definitely have over the years collected enough data to say what I think needs to be done. I can back it up. I know that, but still, I need to hear from you.
Right. Now, on another note, as far as some of those people that's homeless, and I mean, what could you do on the change of a lot of the homeless guys sleeping in District 5, as far as sleeping on the roads, just sleeping outside? Is there anything that could be changed within that?
Yes, and immediately it's going to get worse because the weather is changing. So people are moving from the north to the south. We've had the money. I just feel like it's not been properly allocated and we have not got the best outcomes. We have to learn from the mistakes that have been made and not continue to make them. And I'm not blaming anybody, but 25 million here, 5 million here. That's a lot of money. 3 million for a bus. That most of the community said that's not going to work for us for 42 people. That's a lot of money. When we could have put them in apartments. We could have put them. They don't have no refrigerators. They don't have no stove. All they get to do is sleep on the bus at night and then get off in the morning, go to work and do whatever. That idea, I didn't feel like was the best use of the money. But how do we deal with the homelessness? Honor the ordinance that was put in place by the late Miss Woolley, my mother, and others, that we were at one time, there was 1,100 beds or 1,400 beds in the for homelessness, and 1,300 of them was in the District 5, Paramore. We cannot be the only ones that have those type of shelters and have different types of shelters. When you have what you call the lowest level, where anybody could come in, they don't have to have ID. We're not checking what criminal background he or she might have. We're not looking at that. That put us all at risk. I am not saying they are not in need. I'm saying we just can't keep having those same type of shelters in our community, and especially in Paramore. I live within 4 homeless shelters within a half a mile in my community right now where I reside at. So I see exactly what you're talking about daily.
Right.
Can it be better? Yes, that's a conversation, but we cannot continue to put more beds in a concentrated area and no other resources to make the community better. That is a failed policy, and we're doomed. We're doomed with that.
Okay, and Tony, we're not gonna speak on right now on the projects that Regina did not complete right now. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we kind of want to, Tony, if you just came in, my brother, we just really trying to keep the other candidates right now out. You know what I'm saying? We're taking the other candidates out right now. We just want to talk to Lawanna about what's going to be did as far as moving forward with District 5. Any of the comments about any of the other candidates right now, we're not going to address those right now. My question, affordable houses. I had one of the people that, you know what I'm saying, she called me and she says, that the rent, the rent is steady going up on affordable housing. Okay. Can you clear up some of that about the affordable housing?
I'm gonna be honest with you. That comes from understanding business, understanding negotiation, understand that you put everything in writing at the beginning, and you hold people accountable. I mentioned it when I was at City Council in August of this year. How Griffin Park is going to have 1,000 units built, and I asked one question: how many will be attainable, affordable housing? How many will be for our seniors, and how many will be market rate? Because Lawanna says she's been in Orlando since 1971, which means she's heard every promise that could be made. So I asked, and still today, we do not have an answer how many, which means it could be zero because there's nothing in writing to hold them accountable. I would have not voted for that as a commissioner. I would have made sure that was in place prior to casting my vote. I also would have brought the community in to let them know what's about to happen to Griffin Park. This is exactly what happened to Paramount Oaks. Griffin Park is a prime location. And we need to do remediation from environmental reasons. You need to do clean up the land. But now you're going to build 5- and 6-story apartments, and you can't tell me how many will be for our seniors and how many will be for attainable, affordable housing. But yet you've got the contractor and you're signing and you're putting everything in place. That is not negotiation. That's not a true representation of the district as a commissioner. When you are leading the vote, that's something should have been in place from the beginning, because you cannot support something and tell your community we're going to get back to it when we have heard that before. So Griffin Park is a prime example of something that is going to fail us again because nothing is in place. But if I'm your next commissioner, which I plan to be, I'm going to go back and say, we have to fix this. We got to get with the housing authority. We have to get this rectified. We cannot move forward with this project knowing that this has affected our district and people are suffering. This can be repaired, rectified, and fixed. But we need to also understand when you have people who don't do their research and vote for something just because and don't put something in place, there you have to look at them. You can't look at me. I spoke up for the community because the meetings are usually at 2:00 in the afternoon, which means most of us are at work. So I make a sacrifice to be there, and then I share that information. So a lot of the people who moved out and were displaced from Griffin Park, I reported back to them. I don't know if you're coming back. I don't know what's going to happen because they won't answer that simple question. But if I think 20 of us start going and asking the same question at every city council meeting and asking them every time, what about Griffin Park? What about Griffin Park? What about Griffin Park? I guarantee you will get an answer. We need to start holding them accountable. Don't depend on one person. Depend on your voice, because your vote is your voice and you have one. Speak up and say, we've watched and we don't need this to continue over and over again. We need to put a stop to this.
Okay. And I say this here to say it kind of clear up something. So this is a 2-part question. Now, and I say this because it's just like Samuel L. Jackson. I'm gonna use him. He tried out for movies, for almost 10 years, and he finally landed. A big movie at the age of like 50 something, and now he's a household name. So how many times have Lawanna Gelzer been at the bat, swinging at these districts, just District 5,
Oh, I ran for District 5 once before. I've never ran against any the suspended commissioner. I've never ran. I have ran and I stopped for a while and I started back up. But I heard what everybody said, and I'm not going to joke about it, but Abraham Lincoln ran 12 times before he even got his first seat. So I've ran about 12 times. The first 8, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I was running. But I ran. I stepped out on faith and I ran and I learned every time. But what you need to ask me and what I'm going to answer to everybody, did you see me go away? Did you hear me get quiet? Did I stop fighting for my community? So the answer is no, I kept on going because that's a setback, but that doesn't determine how I live my life and what I do. So, when people say that, they're trying to tell me I'm supposed to quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm a fighter. And I believe in serving. So I went and found additional funding, did all kinds of things to make myself better, more appealing to the voters, and I'm educating the voters. But you know what? It comes down to the voters need to do their research too.
Right.
I'm not going to hip and hop and do all of that. We need to put somebody like Lawanna Gelzer in that bring results. Because you have to be able to work across the aisle, as they say. And you have to have good relationship, not just locally, but state and federal. I have that. Serving on boards is not that. Results is what Lawanna has been able to do. So I hear everybody, but I'm still standing. I'm still a fighter. I'm not a quitter. And I'm moving forward with my life because I'm blessed and highly favored. And that's who Lawanna Gelzer is.
Okay, and like if someone else, because I look at it as it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and running that race. Now you're gonna get allegations. That's that's thrown at you. And how many times have you had allegations of false or any allegations that came at Lawanna and tried to tear her house down? Because some of it I look at it, if I was running, and these allegations was coming, I don't know how I would deal with it. So explain to me, how do you deal with it?
By faith, my strength, and knowing that I will prevail. People can say whatever they want to about you, and trust me, I've heard everything possible. Well, who's standing in front of you? Who's sitting in front of you talking? My name is Lawanna Gelzer. You spell it, go to Orange County Circuit Court, and you'll see what's about me. There's a deposition coming up on October 31st. And if you read what was said, just read it. I think you'll realize I'm okay. Anybody can file a civil suit. I can tell right now with $400, I can say I didn't like you with that red shirt on and go file a civil suit against you. Most people call those frivolous lawsuits. But I can't stop people from doing things that I feel like are unfair and unjust. Their day in court will come. So that's all I can say. I'm okay. I know people have said some things, but I don't live my life based on what they are saying. I live my life based on the way I was brought up. And the way I was brought up is to be a believer in the Lord, to do the Lord's work, and be a fighter. So when people say things about it hurts, because I'm human. It hurts. But that doesn't deter me, because then I look at, why are you saying such things about a person you haven't even taken the time to find out about? All you're going out about is some rumor. Well, they always say, and my late father used to always say, people don't want to hear the truth. And a rumor goes a lot farther than the truth. Meaning, people like mess. I don't.
Yeah, they do.
I always tell people, you ain't got to believe Lawanna Gelzer. Go do your own research. Find out for yourself. Because when you do that,
Anthony Turner say. Let's see what Anthony Turner say. He say voters want to be informed of the problems and how Lawanna will fix them. You know what I'm saying? Let's answer Tony Turner.
Which problem are we talking about? I could talk about the increased attainable housing. I could talk about the environmental issues. I can talk about our climate issue. I could talk about enhancing youth program. There's a lot of things that are going on in our community that need to be rectified. But how to fix it is the first thing, is a knowledge that you're not the only person that's talking about this and putting the right people at the table. That's why I keep saying, even though I haven't been in office, I brought over $5 million, actually a little bit more than that, to the district in the last 2.5 years. That means I know where to find the money to help fix the problems. We can't always depend on City Hall and our tax revenue. Have anybody listening what the governor is saying with the Doge? Doge is coming in Democratic cities and finding if there's wasteful spending. He might not agree with the spending, some of it, I don't agree with it. But now they want to eliminate property taxes. What do that mean for a whole lot of us? That's problems. So you have to be able to find additional money. You can't always depend on the same pot of money coming because it might not be there.
Okay,
but that's, so fixing a problem, I'm sorry, but I hope I answered.
Yeah, he said District 5. He said he did type in District 5. But James Bone say, Greg actually wonder how will she work with others to make a change?
The commissioners, I literally have most of them on speed dial if I need to talk to them about something. But it's building relationships. And when I said I've received funding from the state and federal and local, I have. You don't get money. You don't pass the background checks that I've passed. You don't have the certifications that I have without having good relationships. Right. And so I'm not bragging. I'm grateful of the opportunity and the people that's in my camp. No, I'm not the perfect grant writer, but we know how to find grants. I'm not the perfect financial person, but I know how to take care of our books. We are a team of a lot of people, and I can list I'm working with my alma mater, Rollins College. I work the University of Central Florida. I work with FAMU Environmental Division. I work with University of South Florida. I work with so many organizations, even Orange County government, even the city of Orlando. It depends on the projects. I work with people because I know I is not a team. It's no I in team.
No I in team.
It's no I in team. So it's not me. It's my collaboration with community partners that help us move forward. I've sat at a table, and that's how we found that $3.5 million to help our seniors stay in their houses. And we put all these appliances, stoves, refrigerator, microwaves, TV, everything you possibly. But we only had 3 months to do it. If we didn't have a team, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish that. We went to work hiring case managers, getting them out in our community, getting the money out. I remember everybody called it the candy operator. Miss Tice actually had them come to her house and book appointments. That's teamwork. Every 15 minutes, people were getting appointments, and we were sending the case managers out. We got to spend up to $7,000 in each person's house. That is teamwork. I didn't do that by myself. But we spent $3.5 million in Orange County to where we begging for them to bring that program back. And it was DeSantis was in office and we worked with the Republicans, but we got the money in our community.
Yes.
Because this is a nonpartisan race. Your political affiliation, that's who you are. Now, if you're about doing something to serve my community, how can we work together? How can we make a difference?
Okay, hey, y'all here, man. We got more, man. We're gonna take a phone call right after this break, man. Don't y'all go nowhere. We got Lawanna in the building. We got Lawanna Gelzer in the building. You know what I'm saying? So hey, like I said, it gets a little bit more heated up in a few minutes, but right now we're gonna take a break. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a call. We want to take a call from a caller. If you won't have the number, we'll put the number up, and you can call in. And let's try to find out what's going on. The battle continues. Don't go nowhere.
Okay.
But in 1955, 15 years old, the action of Rosa Parks, the words and leadership of Dr. King inspired me to get in trouble, what I call good trouble, necessary trouble.
This reminds me of my days as a child. Ready, set, go. The community of Griffin Park has been displaced. Where are they? Paramore is only 1.4 square miles. We were 20,000 strong. We less than 4,500. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Gentrification is what I see it. You call it revitalization. 2, Superfund site, the worst of the worst. 454 contaminated lots. We have one of the highest asthma rates in the country. This is downtown Orlando, Florida.
But my philosophy is very simple. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, say something, do something. Get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.
Okay, we back at it. We back at it, man. We back at it.
When I see that, I met the late Mr. Lewis some years ago, back in my student movement when I was up with the Southern Christian Leadership Council. A lot of people don't know I was the state student president for the Florida Black Student Unions, all of them for the state of Florida. I was their president. So I traveled in the Southeast region and met a lot of people and learned a lot of things. And so when I see that, it just reminds me that I take a trip every year to Selma, Alabama, to go across that bridge for Bloody Sunday. So just to see that remind me of the shoulders that we all stand on, but I'm appreciative of the shoulders that I stand on.
Yes, I like that. And that means a lot. I mean, and the people that come in, it's coming in. We're going to take a call. We're going to take a call real quick. Hold on. Let me get one of the apple of the eye. Hold on. Okay. Hello, who we got on the line? Hold on. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
This is Octavian.
You got to turn your background down. Whatever you got in the background, you got to turn it down.
Done.
Okay. You got Miss Lawanna Gelzer in the building, so run it out. What you want to add? What you want to add to Lawanna? Is there any questions or what's your input on this?
So yeah, I live right on the border between District 5 and District 4, but I honestly think that the commissioner for District 5 makes policy that affects me way more than our District 4 commissioner. So I'm very, very interested in Lawanna's policies and the change that she wants to bring. So in my humble opinion, the biggest issue that affects both District 5 and District 4, Paramore, downtown, Soto, is the huge concentration of homeless people. And that was brought on by the city's, I'm not going to bring any names, but the city's long history of literally putting all the homeless services, not only for the city of Orlando, but literally for the entire Orange County in Paramore. And, they constantly, expand them, give them more money. And when you start going down the rabbit hole of like, okay, what actually happens to this money? How many people does it help? It doesn't look good. And they've been doing it for, decades. And, I'm absolutely furious. The reason, and then you, on top of that, when you talk to certain people that are in local government right now, they don't even acknowledge the problem. They, I'm trying not to say any names. One person would say, I go downtown all the time. It's perfectly safe. It doesn't matter if I go during at noon or at midnight, and then I've even heard comments like, there's only a small group of people are complaining about downtown safety. You know, it's just so, you know, in order to solve a problem, the very first step is acknowledging that there is a problem. To me and a bunch of my neighbors, I think it's a huge problem. But, you know, if you're of the mindset that there's no problem, then, you know, there's not much, you know, policy that can, there's not much conversation that can fix anything.
Right. Okay. And you have a question for Lawanna? I mean, so is that?
I heard you guys bring up homelessness. You know, and Lawanna could go into it in great detail. It's just, you know, how much of it do you want to go into? And, you know, do you, sir, think that, you know, the high concentration of homeless people in downtown is an issue?
Well, I definitely, that's why I kind of addressed it.
Yeah. He asked me that question.
Yes.
And do you mind if I go ahead and answer this gentleman?
Go ahead.
I'm making an assumption as a man because the phone kept going out, and I have one of those voices too. But I would say
kind of going in and out, I'll tell you. So, but go ahead, Lawanna.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say because I remember when we fought to put that moratorium in place, that it's an ordinance now, and to watch it get rescinded every time they want to put more beds in Paramore. February of 2025, another 350 beds were added to the homeless coalition in Paramore. Another 350 beds. We said, no, we have too many. And so I know that there's a problem, but what people don't understand is Winter Park got a grant for $85,000. And with that grant, all they do is pay for transportation or bring them to Paramore. Everybody brings their homeless communities and individual to the Paramore community to fix. That's unfair. This is a problem that's affecting us all. You can't put it on one community. And this is what I need to say honestly. I don't want to keep just always talking about Paramore, but when I spoke earlier, I said I stay within 4 homeless shelters in Paramore. So they are bringing them here. So we see them disproportionately to anybody else. And when there's a basketball game or a soccer game, they push them into the community. That's so wrong. So I watched money go. I watched $25 million. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I watched people calling in on our table.
I watched $25 million December 2023 get allocated to 5 homeless shelters without a request for a proposal. I've said that before and I'll say it again. That means they didn't be there. And when I write my grants, I've got to be accountable. I have to tell them what kind of measurable outcomes, what you should expect if you give me this money. That is not what we heard from them. Building, we didn't hear anything. And all we asked was why we can't see your request for proposals. Why can't we see what you're going to do with this money? I never said you shouldn't get the money. I just wanted to know what you were going to do with it. Because if it was going to be the same thing you've done in the past, that has failed our community. And so the problem of homelessness is a nationwide problem. But unfortunately, in Orlando, it's been a 25% increase in homelessness. So we have 2 things that are happening. We have more people coming down south. We have other communities bringing people to our community to be serviced, and we don't have but so many dollars. But if you're not willing to change your policies and the way you do business, you will continue to fail our community. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The Council of Homelessness, that's when all the shelters come together and they report and do what they're working together. So they're sharing ideas. Because you get federal grants, you have to give people a report card, a measurable outcome. And when we found that they was receiving a D for their performance, that's a failing grade. And when we brought it up at the city council meeting, when they were getting ready to allocate $300,000 to this organization, I brought it up. I didn't say they shouldn't get the money. I said we need to do something different, something more measurable than just giving them the money and we still get the same thing. Well, when we went back a week later to look at everything, they made it a password protected to see that report card. So you never intended to change. So that's Lawanna doing her research. That's Lawanna holding people accountable. That's Lawanna fighting for my community. You can't go into a battlefield not knowing how to what you need to fight. So now all I'm saying is
this is a question that I have, Lawanna, and because I had a meeting today at the, you know what I'm saying, at the school, the high school. What would you do? Because right now schools are at a all-time low because of, you know, DeSantis don't care about the schools being shut down as far as because, you know, so many parents are letting their kids, you know, do the school from home because of all the activities that's going on in the community. So is there anything that you would do? I mean, I'm an old school guy, and I believe in, you know what I'm saying, the kids should go to school because you should be around the other kids and be around other students to really learn people. So I'm a big fan of the students going to school. Is there any change that you would do as far as if you're elected?
Well, first of all, as a commissioner, I would only have a relationship with the school board. That decision will be inputted. Yes, I do know who our current educational officer is Vicky Felton, you know, for the school board, our representative. I talked to Vicky, we talked. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since COVID and ever since everybody was talking about private institutions, it has been a decline of young people attending traditional schools. Yes. Social skills have changed. We don't have some of the mental program that's happening. We need to be able to adjust. It's not like it's always been in the past. That doesn't mean we can't make it better. We have to acknowledge what is working. But as far as, see, I had my nephews, one go to traditional school, one was better online, and the other one went to a charter school. Wow. So we recognize, my sister recognized her kids' strength and their weaknesses, and they all went to different types of schools. I still believe it is a parent's choice. However, when it comes to charter schools, parents need to know what's going on with some of the charter schools in our community. And are our children learning at the rate they should learn at? And we need to be mindful of not just sending them that way because they wear a uniform, but see what they're learning. Because there was a study done that some of our kids that were going to some of the charter schools were but 2 years behind when they returned back to public school.
Wow.
So I did not charter schools. I said, parents, you need to understand. I also said, I'm not a school board representative. I'm the auntie. I dealt with that. My son went to school in another county. I'm the auntie. And as an auntie, I'm looking at it from a different lens. I went to public school. My brother went to public school. But my sister went to private school until she got to high school. Big mistake. We should have left her in private school. But that was what our parents said. Oh, she went crazy when she got to Edgewater. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, you know, she gonna get me for that. But, you know, my mama knew what was best for us. But I'm gonna just say, I'm not against it. But as a group of people, when it comes to education, this is a tough one. Because I don't believe my tax dollars, they're getting ready to make Orange Center, which is in District 5, like a private charter school in that building.
Wow.
Is anybody talking about that? Because I would be concerned about that. And so I can only provide information to the parents, provide information to the communities. I can only do that. But as far as voting on making that decision, I will work with the community to share the information. That's a hard one. That's not within the line.
Let me take another call real quick. Hold on. Hey, who we got on the line? Word on the street.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, Greg, this is Anthony Turner. How you doing, Lawanna?
Turner in the building. All right.
Mr. Turner.
Okay, so.
Hey, Lawanna. First of all, I'm going to say I love your passion. I love your passion, and I understand your passion. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to ask you a question. I think what the voters are concerned about is, as you speak, I keep hearing you saying that when you're elected, you're going to go ask. And I think the voters want you to go in and demand that fair treatment is given to District 5. But when I text in, my question to you is, when I did text on the chat, I was asking you, have you identified at least 2 or 3 issues that you will run on that the voters can put in their minds? Like you said, I'm going to fix, like you said, homelessness. When I get in there, that, you know, at the presidential, at the national level, they have issues that they say, these issues I will run on. And when I was in the chat, what I was asking you was, do you know specific problems in District 5 that you can tell the people, hey, once I'm elected, this will change. I will demand that these things or benefits are given to District 5 because we deserve them as a district, so that we're not cheated out of what we deserve. And I think that's what the voters are looking for also.
Okay, Mr. Turner, and I appreciate your question. When I spoke on that, I spoke about infrastructure, sidewalks and streets. I spoke about flooding. I spoke about the transportation issue that locally about 40% of the people who use the public transportation live in District 5 and 6 and the County 6. I've spoken on those issues. What I'm going to say, the word is not demand, because I still would need 3 other people to support what I'm doing. But what I will bring is what we've been without for so long. And that's why I've asked for a forensic audit. I'm asking for a timetable of what needs to be done. I can see through my eyes that you need to pay Westmoreland, because I done picked up so many nails in my tire. But when is it going to be done? I can see what needs to be done on Orange Center. I can see what needs to be done on Kirkman. I can see that through my eyes, but I need to know the timetable, because the budget was passed for October 1st. It will go into September 20th. So $1.8 billion has already been allocated. Now, if there's any discretionary funds to fix some of the problems that we're identifying as a community, then I'm going to fight to get those dollars to make us whole, because we are behind the 8 ball when it comes to the other districts. That's why I've told everybody, go look at the other districts and see what they have. Go look. We are going without. I'm not going to deny that. And that's why at the first debate, I said, let me tell y'all where some of our money went. When we had the first arena, it was on the books, paid for $100 million. The city blew it up and took $7 million to clean it up. $93 million gone. Then you built the new arena. It was supposed to cost $500 million. It went over budget $100 million. Where did that $100 million come from? Then the fire station that was there, right there on Central, they had to move it to Robinson Street because they needed to put the soccer stadium right there in the middle of our community, right? Well, for 18 months, that soccer stadium belonged to the people. And they cleaned it up and spent all kinds of money. But when the church said, we're not moving because you didn't give it off us for less than $800,000, and you had to move it on top of our street, then they gave it back for the money that they paid for. Where did that come? What I'm saying is money has been spent in our community, and we've gone without because of leadership or people not understanding the let me just be honest with you. My big mother and I filed a lawsuit against the city for the soccer stadium because it was in violation of the state ordinance. When you use eminent domain, you cannot rent, lease, or sell that property back. And the city did it anyway, in violation. We won. But the soccer stadium is there. It's there because we didn't have somebody to say this is wrong. All I'm saying is the money has come to our district, but it has not benefited us as a whole. Have you ever went down Paramore by the new UC of the Creative Village? Have you looked at one side when the lights are above ground and you look at the other side and it's underground? Have you driven through Creative Village and see all that they have? That's still Paramore. No. We need to understand. I'm not hiding from it. It's not demanding. Yeah. I'm going to be able to say these are the things that have happened to us before. You need to move us up to the front of the line because of this, because of these things. Because of these things, this is why we need to be at the top of the line and not at the back waiting another 3 or 4 years, because we've already been put on the back burner and you used our money other ways. And always saying it's our time.
Can I ask you, Lawanna, how's your relationships with the people that you have to work with to get these things done? Because I think that's a big part of you being elected and trying to get things accomplished or your goals getting completed is your relationship with the people right now that you know that you can, y'all can talk and agree and get things done for District 5. How's your relationships?
Good. And see, I'm so glad you asked that question because people put that out when they want to say people hard to work with. I'm not hard to work with. And I'm not an angry Black woman. I'm just a well-informed Black woman that's angry about the situation. I can work with anybody, and I have a proven track record that I am working with people. I called Jim Gray. I called Tony Ortiz. I called Robert Stewart. I called Patty Sheehan. I know about the Sadowski Fund, Bakari Burns. I called them. I talked to them. I'm not mad at them. I'm just bringing what's best for our district because I want to make sure we are well represented. So relationship, Mayor Dye, I don't have a problem with him. He's the mayor, and the ordinance and the way the city is drawn, the charter, it's a mayor-driven charter. So he sets the agenda, but he needs 4 votes. He needs 4 votes to move things. So we as a group need to make sure we understand what we bring to the table. So yes, when people say that about me, I've been hearing that all my life, whatever. It's old, get over it. Lawanna Gelzer can work with people, and she has worked with people. It's just...
And Tony, let me add this, Tony. I know you went to Edgewater, so I don't know if you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you remember Simon, Tony.
I do remember Simon.
Simon, that's Simon's sister right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Simon Gelzer, yes, he knows me. Ask him, Lawanna. He's contacted me on Facebook. Yes, he has.
Yeah, so.
Oh my goodness.
That's my brother. That he the small one. You know what I'm saying? I'm the bad apple in the family.
No, ain't no bad apple. But see, how many Gelzers you know? How many Gelzers do you know?
I don't know that many. As a matter of fact,
ain't that many. But it was everybody like, even Mr. Turner Grant said, I didn't know Simon was your brother. I said, so you know who I really am. Where you think he got it from? Okay, Sis don't play. I am all about working with people, but John Gelzer and Betty Gelzer didn't play the radio. They didn't play.
I knew Tony definitely knew Simon because, like I said, they had a relationship, so did I.
We did.
But I know Tony definitely knew Simon. So,
Lawanna, I'm excited listening to you talk. However, do you know, one thing I will say is the atmosphere in the political arena that you're fighting in, it's all about money. So anything you're asking for, they're going to want to show how you can bring money back to the table. Even though we're asking for to help out the poor or the homeless, they still want to know how they're going to bring money back to the table. So I think that's where your fight is going to be, really.
Okay, but I don't know when you got on the line, Mr. Turner.
Well, I got a little late, so yeah.
Okay, let me just tell you this. $750,000 from the EPA and philanthropy groups for my environmental air quality. For my senior program, where we put appliances and like refrigerators and stoves, TV, they keep seniors in their home over the age of 60, $3.5 million. Public health, when the COVID pandemic came to be, $2.3 million. 226 events, administer over 9,000 shots, with over 450,000 people we reached. And let me just say this, I was in 10 counties. So I had contracts with people all over Central Florida. Got one more for you. I'm the chairperson of the Florida Resilience Alliance. For the last 3 years, we've allocated $2.5 million for environmental and climate justice programs and many grants. I've been able to find money. That's just some of the stuff I've done. So yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. Gelzer is not bragging, but Gelzer have built that relationship to get that money into our community to enhance our program. One other thing, you ever heard of the cheerleaders, Express cheerleaders, the Callahan Express cheerleaders? Callahan Express cheerleaders. I got young ladies that work for Johns Hopkins, attorneys, you name it. That's why my colors are black and gold. I didn't go to UCF. I was their cheerleader coach. And honoring that, that's why my colors are black and gold. I went to Rollins. Our colors were blue, gold and white and blue.
Okay. Y'all see it. Tony, I'm gonna get back with you. We got calls coming in. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take another call. Let me bring in Stephanie before I take this call. Hey Stephanie, I need you to read this comment. You know what I'm saying? I know you just.
I'm masking everything, y'all. I'm ready to step out. I was trying to get out.
All right. Well, read this comment up to Juicy.
Let me finish the background.
Okay, Juicy, sweet like honey.
Juicy, sweet like honey. That's my little cousin. Hey, cousin. She said this lady is very honest and aware of her community. She has a direct answer. She has done her research. Her interview is clear. Little cousin, something overshadowing it. It's overshadowing something. But anyhow, she say what I'm saying is overshadowing. Okay, let me see. Let me get quiet.
Direct answer. She gives
this
direct
is
answer.
Something at live person running. Because the caption, me speaking on my end, I guess that's on my end.
I can tell this
is the most informative person running. That's what she's saying.
Okay. And I thank you for that compliment. I pride myself on research. I've lost both of my parents. I lost my mother 3 years ago in the middle of my campaign when I was running for county commissioner. A lot of people don't know that. Those who know me, it was hard. A month before the campaign, I lost my mother. And my father had already passed. But my parents...
My father just this year.
It's hard.
Live right by the Jackson Center.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to be without your best friend. But my mom and my dad and my uncle, Uncle Hissy, always said, do your research. Know what you're talking about.
That's true. And that goes without saying. There was something that you said in regards to property taxes, right? Mm-hmm. And how I want to know how that affects people, because you got young people that are investing in property, right? Mm-hmm. And their brackets are not the same as other people's brackets, right?
Well, property taxes is based on the value of one's home or land.
Exactly.
It's not based on your income. It's where it's located. And if you've ever noticed in the history, even throughout the country, our property in urban communities, you know what I'm saying, the black and brown communities are valued at less than a lot of the other ones. Yes, for 20 years I lived in Metro West, but I'm back in the house that I grew up in. So I'm back in Paramore. And my property taxes for 2 homes that I own in Paramore is $5,500 a year.
A year.
A year. One I paid 28, and the other one, it might be a little bit more, in 24. But what I'm saying about the property taxes is not that I'm against paying my property taxes. I just want to benefit what I've been paying for all these years. You got to remember, a lot of us been paying for years, and it took me 40 years to pave my road, come back and pave my road. That's not fair as a person who's a property owner and a property tax person. But when I was talking about it, I'm talking about what DeSantis, our governor, is proposing to do. And that is to remove property taxes. Now our cities are going broke, and we won't have the money and the resources to do the things that we've been doing. No, property taxes is not 100% of the city budget, but it's about 40 to 50% of the city budget. It's other money and other revenues that we get from the federal government. It's other things that we do from events and stuff like that.
Help people meet
to help. But if you eliminate half of what that's going to put us all at a deficit.
It is. So how can that be offset? So say, for instance, you got people that's buying homes, right? They got them property taxes. How, let's say, for instance, what the good Gina Hill done implemented with the calm down, Susie.
I'm sorry. Down, yes, Miss Betty. Okay, sounded like my mama like that. Okay, hey, you got me. You got me.
Halloween party, but okay. Let's say we got people that got houses, that got yards, right? They can till the land. One thing I'm gonna do is stick by that. You already done talked to me last year and all of that stuff, okay? When it comes to tilling and farming the land, there are funds there. So is there a way that can help offset taxes when a person owns property, or how can it work together?
Well, once again, I'm gonna say it's based on the value of the land and the house, or the building. It's based on that. We lost him, I guess. So what I'm going to say is, first of all, if you can afford a house these days, congratulations. If you can stay in your house, congratulations. I am proud of that accomplishment.
Yes.
If you have a house that you're about to pay off, be careful about selling it and taking on more debt. Look at the economy. Remember, I'm an econ major, so I'm looking at the economy as a whole. We don't know what's about to happen, but I know this. Use your land the best way you can. If you can farm it and it's agricultural, make it. Look at did you make sure you had your homestead exemption? Did you make sure you've done everything you can do to pay the least amount that you can for your property? Check it out. Have it evaluated. Look at have it appraised. Look and see. Be mindful of what's going to happen, but don't wait till the last minute. Make that decision today.
Be proactive.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
So if that goes through, we're going to be in trouble. Now, let's be honest with each other. DeSantis there will be a governor race next year in 2026. So he's termed out. So if he's going to do anything, it's got to be in this upcoming session, which means it might go into effect July 1st. I don't think it's going to pass, but I don't know everything. But I can tell you this much: do what you can do right now to protect the investment. And another thing, if you have multiple people that is on that property, make sure you have who's supposed to be in charge of it.
Exactly.
Heirs. When you have multiple heirs,
it can be confusion.
Make sure you have identified one, because it can stay in probate. A will can be contested.
Oh, trust me, I know about that.
So with my mom, before she passed on, I was given explicit instructions, because my mama knew I was never going to sell the property because it must stay in the Gelzer's name. And at that time, I was the only person that was not married. But that doesn't mean I'll take care of my brother and my sister.
That part that people think because you ain't covered, she ain't capable. Hey.
Okay, so what she said was honor this and pass it on to the next generation. This is building generation wealth.
There you
So
go.
I understood that. I did what she asked me to do because Betty Jean didn't play. I keep telling everybody, Mama was a minister, ordained minister. But there was another side of Betty Jean. No.
You want to say roll your sleeves up?
No, I didn't. So what I'm telling us is a lot of people, we lose stuff because we're not properly prepared.
That's right. And that's what we should do moving forward with these podcasts is pretty much informing the people. Right here on these podcasts like this, because a lot of people don't know. I don't know a lot of stuff. I'm learning. You know,
that's what we here for. That's what we are here for.
To be getting older, going through trials and tribulations and being misinformed. And, you know, people got parents too that be out there just trying to work and hustle just to take care of home, and they miss the information that's out there.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, let me say this, Fred?
Okay, go ahead.
Representative Bruce Antone had a meeting. And he had Central Florida Legal Services. He had different people there, and we all had that conversation. Maybe you should have him come on and have some of those representatives come on to tell everybody what they need to do. What is a prenup? What is a postnup? What is an heir to property? What is a will? What is probate? We need to know these things.
How to spend money, get funding for your businesses, and get you know, and how to utilize that money properly. And because I'm getting there, you know, I don't want to play funky fake. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it G. I'm learning. While I'm learning, I'm helping people. I'm applying today. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, people need to be more aware, and like people go and vote. I was saying this last night. People go vote and they know about the people, a little bit about the people, but they don't know nothing about them amendments that be on there. Yeah. So I mean, it's like stuff like that. And I done been young. I'm 52 now, but I done been young, and they're like, oh, scratch it, scratch it. But if it says something about fishing, I'm scratching that off. You know what I'm saying? But people need to be aware, even down to smallest little minute details that they may think small, but it makes a difference. And you know how I feel about that air quality. I spoke with Regina Hill on what she was on last night. I speak about that. You already know.
Let me say something, Steph. This has been a great interview with Lawanna, and due to the fact that because we you know, like I said, we eliminated let's eliminate the comments about the other two people that's running, and you see how, you know what I'm saying, this has been some of my viewers, I know this ain't been some of the drama that y'all kind of looking for, and it ain't been as hyped and it's crazy, and it might have even been a little boring to some of y'all. But what I'm saying,
it's informative.
It's been informative, and it's been definitely. Now you get a one-on-one with Lawanna. You really get to find out what's going to do as far as moving forward. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen as far as moving forward. And that's what we got to really get down to the meat and the potatoes and find out what is going to happen with this District 5 moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We've heard all the enough is enough, and we've heard all the bickering and the fighting. So now we're down to
move forward.
Yes. So now, like I said, we're moving forward. We're moving forward, and not to add any drama. Now, Lawanna, as far as some of these people that doesn't have. How do you deal with the people that don't have anything to do with District 5 and they got shots that they shooting at you? How, those are the things that I want to learn, and I want to learn how to, deal with. So that's why I ask you these questions. What about some of these people that don't have anything, but they got a lot to say? How do you deal with that?
Now you got people that
I said it before. I'm a child of God. I've been attacked before. But look at my reaction. Look at my professionalism. Look at my willingness to listen. But ultimately, the way I was brought up and the shoulders I stand on is what you will get. That's man. Man has done that forever. And why would we think they would change today? But you will not get a response from me that's unprofessional and degrading. Even if you've degraded me and lied on me, that's not me. But I tell you this, as Lawanna Gelzer from Hills Alley, from Hills Alley from Paramount, I'm not about throwing no rock and hiding my hand. That's why I will talk to you directly. I give my phone number out. If you want to see what I do, you want to question what I do, my knowledge is power. I'm an open book. I don't have anything to hide. But if you come to me with stuff that's untrue, I'm not going to entertain that. You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't have to validate your opinion, especially if it's not true. So that's come from professionalism, being in corporate America, whatever you want to call it. It's just who I am. It's how I was brought up. I'm not going to bring that in, but I bring facts. And it's time for the district to realize we've been on the short end of the stick for a long time. Don't blame everybody. Just say we got to do better collectively. Exactly. And that's why I want to say, that's why I do my research. That's why I've never stopped running. That's why I never stopped going to City Hall. That's why I go to the advisory board meeting. That's why it doesn't matter if you put a roadblock in front of me. I just know how to go around it. Because what people need to understand is my name is Lawanna Gelzer. You will not dictate how I live my life. You will not dictate my calling. I'm not going to give that away so easily to you. And so to you, if that's what you're trying to do, tear me down, trust somebody else. I'm human now, but trust somebody else, because that's not the way we need to do business. But people depend on that to happen, to make us not be aware of what's been going on in our community.
Blindside.
Don't get caught up in that. Find out for yourself. And then let's talk. Because see, people gonna say, oh, I ain't gonna put such and such on those committees. No, you need diversity on the committee. I don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. And we have to disagree. But we must respect each other when we have
There you go.
Yes, I like that. And now, you know, like I said, with us having a great podcast like this, so I challenge Shan Rose. I challenge Commissioner Regina Hill. You know what I'm saying? We want to come on and we want to have a conversation without addressing the other candidates. I challenge them. So some of y'all that's, you know what I'm saying, I know Shan Rose might be secretly watching, and I know the commissioner. Regina is always watching. So I challenge. You know what I'm saying?
It is. At some point, I'm really believing and I'm praying and I'm believing that no matter how, when the dust settles and where it all balances out, somebody, because everybody got gifts, everybody has a calling and a position in a ministry to what in these politics. Got to work together.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trust. Hey, now you can't. Everybody know what.
But let me finish those stuff.
Even if it's not the truth, things gonna be said.
Right. So
you know
I
what my pastor told me? Wait,
hold on.
Let me finish. Don't worry about what people out there saying. You keep your mind focused right here. 2020, 40 focus with tunnel vision to the task at hand. And then
and that's why, like I say, I had this. Like I say, I challenge both candidates. You can, you know what I'm saying. We got from now. All next week, you know what I'm saying, to try to get in and try to get your side out as far as what Lawanna did tonight. Lawanna did her thing, and that's what I challenged Shan Rose. I challenged Regina Hill. Same thing. So, like I said, the platform is here. We're here for the people. I see you, Randy Ross. You know what I'm saying. But like I said, I challenge y'all. Because, like I said, this has been I'm talking about a great interview, and that's what I want to put on a professionalism as far as I didn't come in here jumping up and down. And this is kind of what we need to find out. What's going to happen as far as moving forward with District 5. Let's take out the other candidates. That's, you know what I'm saying? And my brother came on with some good questions. And also you, honey, juicy, whatever, juicy. Yeah, exactly. you, and I'm pretty sure you end up seeing a whole nother side of her because she didn't know nothing about Lawanna. So that's what the platform. I feel like my job is done. Some of y'all that's looking, you know what I'm saying, that's looking in the outside window. What I told y'all about the ones that's you don't always have to get on and give me the click. I know some of y'all that's out there in the back window looking, you know what I'm saying, and to y'all have seen what Lawanna has spoke about and what she's going to bring.
Messed up like this.
So
oh, you are good. You know what? But you know that's the nature of man. And I'll say this to my. When you know and you're well informed about stuff, you make some of the best decisions. Yes. When you understand how people are, whatever they are. Because when I used to run my HIV agency, see, people didn't know I ran an HIV agency for many, many years. I had over 1,500 clients in 4 counties. I've done a lot of community work. What I'm going to say is, whatever, I remember a gentleman said something to me. It was very derogatory at the last debate we had over a week ago. But I didn't get angry. That's how he felt. I said, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. I didn't get angry. But I looked at him. But I also said that I was a queen, and that's how my father raised me.
That part.
And I looked at him differently.
With a strong ancestral base,
and so
okay.
When you research the name Gelzers and you understand Gully Islands and the Geechies, then you'll know we didn't play. We own cotton fields. I come from that. So I'm not embarrassed to say my daddy picked cotton and had us out there one time trying to show us how to pick cotton. And then my brother was like, where's the tractor? We don't have no tractor. You need to know what we had to do before we went to school.
And not only that, but when God is for you, who the fuck can be against you?
And so I'm just that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you're drinking now. Slow down, boy.
I am not going to entertain that. That person need to do soul searching themselves.
Exactly.
They need to do this. And I do see what your brother put in the chat room. I've been doing the work all along. I've been doing the work all along. I've not been in office, but I know how to find the money. I know how to work with people. I have the only resilient hub named after my late mother, Miss Betty, Resilient Hub in Orange County. That's why I said earlier, we're getting ready to bring in some semi trucks to make sure our community in need get what they need. Because
I might want to invest in one.
So what I'm saying to people, you're entitled to your opinion, but it's your opinion.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean your opinion going to dictate how one lives their life. Because ultimately, the person or the spirit that I am looking to for guidance and I am fearing of God is God. So it's my faith. And it's my faith. It's my faith.
So let's get Randy
in the house. Mr. Randy Ross say, no one can deny Lawanna's passion. I think her recent run for county commissioner overlaps this district race. So this race is wide open. That's what Mr. Randy.
And I spoke about what I went through 4 years ago. I lost my mother 30 days before that election. That's not an excuse. The establishment wanted somebody else. I accepted it. I moved on. I went on and kept writing my proposals and getting funded. I didn't stop because I didn't win an election. That's my goal because I understand I'll be able to do more and be able to get more funding for our community, but I understand policies and stuff like that. That's why I want to be your next commissioner. But it doesn't dictate how I live my life in the work that I do, because I have a calling on my life from the Lord. And I'll be honest with everybody.
Amen.
My brother and everybody tell you, Lawanna ran for her calling for years. Years. I didn't want to do. No, Lord, I don't want to do this. No, these people don't. No.
Sometimes you can't help it. He gonna.
But he kept on.
You can't be worried about what nobody got to say. They can run their mouth, run you down, oppress and try to depress you, but God got you, and they better be careful whose mouths they run down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
Another question I want to ask is,
hold on, step. I gotta keep it in the
all right,
minutes.
but I'm about to check out because I got to go. I'll ask the question another time. Hopefully,
okay, she gonna be back. She gonna be back. And Lawanna, lastly, you know what I'm saying? What would you say?
Together we stand.
What would you say to the people as far as District 5 and why should they vote? Why should they cast in their vote on November the 4th for Lawanna Gelzer for District 5?
I'm going in. I'm gonna be listening, but I'm logging out.
Okay, I see yourself.
It's simple. Do your research. Your voice is your vote. And when you do your research, the best candidate to serve District 5 with the proven track record of great leadership not being in office, great leadership in finding resources, great leadership in being able to work across the aisle is Lawanna Gelzer. And so you need to cast your vote for Lawanna Gelzer because she knows how to get the job done. And so the reason why I'm running is simple. I want to make sure we get our share of what we deserve and bring what I've learned over these years and the relationships that I built with people on a state, local, and federal level, even my philanthropy groups. That's why you want to vote for Lawanna Gelzer, because she's about doing that work and she's about delivering services, but she's also about respecting, caring, and bringing true passion to the community. That's Lawanna Gelzer. Vote. Early voting start Monday, October 27th, and go to November the 2nd, which is Sunday, and then it's election day on the 4th. We got about 10 days. Make your mind up, but one thing I want you to do is go vote. They need to know we're serious in District 5, because the more people vote, the more we'll be able to see that they are looking at what we're capable of doing and that we understand our power. So at least, please go vote. But you could vote for Gelzer. That would be very, very important. Thank you.
Okay, y'all heard it, man. It gets said no better than Lawanna, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I challenge, like I told you, people that's running out there, I challenge the other two candidates to come and be on the platform to speak their minds and say what they, you know, what they feel. And we appreciate you for coming in doing this interview, Lawanna. So we want to give you, you know what I'm saying, give you all your flowers. You know what I'm saying? We want to give you flowers. And we appreciate you for respecting the platform. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So that plays a big part in my heart, because if, you know, people that respect the platform, you know, in all jokes aside, it really, you know, makes me want to give them their flowers while they're alive. So we appreciate you, and we wish you the best of luck. You know what I'm saying? On November the 4th, we wish you the best of luck.
I thank you for the opportunity, and I thank all the listening audience. And I want to say I'm grateful for the opportunity again, and keep moving forward. And tell your brother, Simon and I are alike, but we're different a little bit too. We're a little bit different, but we're brothers and sisters, and we love each other. We love each other. There's three of us, and we love each other. And I'll say this in closing. I stand on the shoulders of some great individuals, and I'm grateful for what I've learned from them, and I would like to share that with others, and I'm capable of doing that. So give Gelzer a chance to serve and show you what you can do.
Okay, and speaking of that, Lawanna, we definitely gonna try to get you back before that November the 4th, because we want to keep pounding in these people, you know what I'm saying, in their hearts and in their minds, what they need to do. I extend my hand to the other two candidates, the same thing. You know, I give them, you know, the space to come on and speak their minds as well. So we but remember, if any of y'all, the other two candidates that's watching, we're going to have this, and we're going to have it where we're not going to talk about the other candidates at all. That ain't what the focus is on. You know what I'm saying? If I could say it so much clearer, we're not going to focus on the other candidates. We want to know from you what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? For District 5. We want to know what you're going to do as far as moving forward with District 5. Enough is enough. So that's what we focusing on. Word on the streets. We're here for the community. We're here for the candidates. And we're here for the people. So get ready. That's all I can tell you. Get ready. So
let's
hey,
go.
Man, let's go.
Ready?
That's what I'm telling you.
What they said, ready, set, go. Let's go.
That's it. And if you are ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's right.
So anyway, speaking of get ready for the birthday bash that's coming up next Friday. So on that note, I'm going to holler at y'all. All right, Lawanna.
Good night.
Birthday bash, that's right. Don't forget about it. It's going down. That's right. October 31st, Halloween party. So y'all make sure y'all be in the building. Tickets is available. Go to Eventbrite right now. Tickets are $10. You can get them as early as now. That's right. As early as now. Remember, man, without you, there is no me. So hey, man, y'all stay blessed. Stay up. And I'm gonna see y'all till the next time. All right? I'm gonna holler at y'all.